All right. Well, we haven't done this in a while, Mike. We've been doing these Monday shows where they're kind of live and people have been all over the place. And I know that, Andrew called and said, hey, I want to do another show with you, where we do the intro and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do all that for this here, but I appreciate you taking the extra time. I know that you do a lot of cool stuff for me, and you do a lot of cool stuff. We were actually in the same state in Texas and did some
We
pretty
were in
cool
the
stuff.
same building.
The
We were
same
in the same
we
event.
had never met face to face all
Right.
these years, and
Right.
it was fun, and I didn't get any stage time, but I did just as much damage behind the scenes. So it was a lot of fun. But I know we don't have a whole lot of time today, and I know I want to give you as much of it as I can. And I know that you're my positioning guy. Everybody that looks at the stuff that you did for my book, and you helped us get the #1 for the Closer's Edge. The sequel's coming out in December, the Prospect's Edge. I'm sure you're going to help me get that to be #1 as well. But we've done a lot of cool things. But I brought you on because I wanted my group, the school people, and also our Made with Bucket people to see what you're doing. And we're also partnering with some new people with Robert Johnson's group and Alfredo. So all these people are going to see what you're talking about. I'm going to give you the time. We'll go back and forth and then see what we got going. So go ahead
That's good.
and have at it.
Awesome. Well, let me just get my screen share set up here because this is what we want to show here really quick. And let's see here. Tell me, are you able to see the screen here?
Let me see it. I got to add it to stage. That's all I got to do. There we go.
Okay. Very good. So here's the whole bottom line. I love to be able to say to advisors that I work with, you do not need to stop doing everything else you're doing and do my thing. Because what I love to be able to say is no matter what you're doing, seminars, Facebook ads, email, buying leads, it doesn't matter what you're doing to get new clients. You have to be seen as an expert authority. And when you do my program to elevate your credibility and your status and all of those things that now people can see immediately, the trust and credibility there. So I like to say an authority positioning portfolio optimizes your current marketing, boost conversions of purchase leads so you become the financial authority with premier tier status. Now, check this out. So many times people think the end all be all is let me just buy a bunch of leads. And while that could be beneficial, you know that other advisors are buying leads as well, and that prospect is getting contacted by other advisors. You've got to stand out. And when you can reach out to that lead and go, hey, I would love to set up a time with you at your convenience to get to know you. By the way, in the meantime, before we connect up, take a look at my Fox News interview where I was interviewed for about 3 minutes. Here's the link. Now that elevates your status. That's what we're talking about here. So for me, here's a little bit about me. I am a pro at helping advisors look like celebrity experts. I do one thing, authority positioning, and that gets you on podcasts, TV interviews, press coverage, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox News affiliates. And this is not like what you would hear like a traditional PR firm where I send out pitches and I hope some of these places pick you up. This is me saying, I'm going to interview you on my podcast. I'm going to get you in guaranteed placement on ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox News affiliates online. And I'm going to book you on ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox TV spots. And it's done. So this is a package that is done for you and super, super powerful. This is a little bit about me. I've written several books, authority positioning for financial professionals. I've got a brand new one coming out this month called Authority Domination. But this is just kind of what I do. I walk my talk. I've got 1,500 episodes on my award-winning podcast, Influential Entrepreneurs. I'm a Forbes contributor. I've written several books. I've been interviewed on the ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox News affiliate. So I do what I say you should do because guess what? Over the last 15 years of me owning my marketing firm, this is the only business development approach that has brought in results. So here's a phrase I love here, Lima. I think you'll appreciate this. Nobody wants to do business with a nobody. And there's too many times, and I kid you not, I am telling the truth. I still get calls from advisors that their email address is either AOL or Yahoo. And come on, that does not present a professional outlook for your prospects. They view that as well as your rinky-dink looking website, as well as when they Google you, they don't see anything. They view you as a nobody, and nobody wants to do business with a nobody. So this is what I do, and we'll just, I'm just got 2 slides here just to show you this and one other idea, and then we'll kind of chat here. But think about this. Most of my advisors, 99% of the advisors I work with, are independent advisors focusing on FIA and IUL. But one annuity sale could be 12 to 18,000 or more. But most of the time when I'm asking my advisors, between 12 and 18,000, this authority positioning portfolio gives you permanent assets to keep bringing you clients every month. Now, here's the power of permanent. Yes, if you do a Facebook ad, that could bring in some leads, possibly, potentially, but the minute you stop paying that campaign, poof, the ads are gone. Everything that I do, like what we're looking at here with podcast positioning, PR, TV, publishing, all of those things are permanent. You can use those links and those interviews and that notoriety forever. And if you notice, they were on the Google positioning side of things because you were interviewed on several podcasts and several press releases and several TV spots online. And because I strategically put your name and company in the title, the bio, all of those things, now Google is indexing this fresh new content. And if you look there in that little spot, there, it might be hard to see, but there's a whole bunch of green arrows. Because here's what I will tell you. Do not ever spend a dime on traditional SEO. No advisor out there should be spending money on SEO because nobody, in my opinion, nobody's Googling best advisor in your town. They're not doing that. What they are doing is they're getting a flyer in the mail, or they're seeing this email that you sent them, or they get a referral. And what they do is one thing every time without fail. They Google your name and your company. If you Google your name and your company, and all that they see is your website, your social media, and a directory listing, that's what they see with anybody. What we want them to see is like in that Google image right there: authority, 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 trust, 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 TV interview, podcast interview, press release. And that's what my package does. And I don't just do it and send it to you and say, good luck. Down at the lower right, I do a coaching session, a Zoom session that I record. And I show you everything we built out because this is done for you. And I show you where to integrate it in your business. So if you want more information on this, up here at the upper left, just go to authoritypositioningcoach.com/Liam. You can watch the full webinar we did recently and then look at the whole program, including, guess what? The pricing. I look at it like this. I'm not going to try to hide behind, let's book a call and let me strong arm you into selling you a package that you don't want. I'm showing you the reason why you need it. And on that website, you're going to see all the advisor review testimonials that I've gotten, videos and all that. And you're going to see the 3 package choices. And if you think about one annuity sale being $12,000 to $18,000 or more, you're going to see that my package pays for itself over and over and over again. The other thing is this. Once you have what I just showed you, that authority positioning portfolio, you need to have one central location. Yes, you've got a website, but your website, frankly, is, put together by different people, and maybe your, broker dealer, your RIA or whatever, put your website together, but it is potentially distracting for a prospect to go, oh, let me look at this. And then they just get all over the place. You need one spot called an authority hub that houses all of the authority that I build for you. Like, oh, here's my TV interviews. Oh, here's my press releases. Oh, here's my podcast interviews. Here's my, right? All of these things in one spot. And so this authority hub, you can look at Liam's at authorityhub.net/site/Liam Thurman. Take a look at his. But all we do is we take this one thing, and this becomes, yes, your authority hub, but it also becomes a networking tool. It's a powerful networking tool. So this is exactly what I just wanted to show you here is the concept, and then just come back off of screen share, but the concept of why you need authority, why people need the trust and credibility elevated so that they come to you and show up for your appointments and don't ghost you, because that's another big thing. They, oh yeah, I bought a lead, and then, oh, they booked a time on my calendar, and guess what? You show up, but they don't. And why is that? I'll tell you exactly why. They Googled around and they didn't see much. And they're like, I don't have time to waste on that. You want them thinking in their mind, I hope Liam can take me on as a client. I hope he's not so busy that he can actually take me on. So that's what authority positioning does for you. So that's kind of what I just wanted to share with you, Liam. Any thoughts or ideas that we can go any deeper on or clarify?
You said something, and again, we've been together long enough that I catch it. Sometimes I don't, but I caught this one. And you said something where once you do this, when we did the Closer's Edge, and we launched that a year or so ago, I sometimes I just go back and I just I grab something that we had done and I put it back. It's still there, and so you don't just get the package and then you use it and it disappears. It's there forever. Is there a way you could show them anything that we did with the Closer's Edge, or can you share that, or is it not possible?
I mean, I can, but I would have to put us on pause and go find it and pull it up and all that. I wasn't prepared to pull stuff up.
But they
Yeah.
can, they can go to the things that you showed them, and they can see some of the things that we have done. And that's kind of, so that's kind of cool. But that was one
If
thing
you go to authoritypositioningcoach.com/Liam, you'll see the whole program. You'll see the webinar you and I did together. They'll see reviews from other advisors. You'll see all the program details. And I mean, I think that's just the big thing is right now, here's a little test. If everyone watching this were to put in their name and their company in Google and see what comes up.
right.
And most of the time when I do that, all the advisor sees is their website and their LinkedIn and, oh, look, here's broker check. That doesn't scream trust me. It doesn't scream authority and credibility. But what you want to be able to see when your name and company are put into Google is, oh, look at that interview. Oh, look, he was on TV. Oh, look at that podcast. And all of that pre-frames and pre-sells you even before they come to meet with you.
Right. And like I said, you can use it for different things that you want to use it for. Like I said, we'll go back through it when we're doing some other kind of release or something else we're trying to present, and it's still there. And there's also some that sometimes I didn't even remember was there, right? Because there's so many things that you do, especially with the book that we had done, being a bestseller and all that. And one of the other things that I think that I like about what you're doing with, you can take, you can have your phone with you and do that hub thing right there. Like, with your, if you're, when we were in, was it San Antonio? And that's where we were doing some things together there. And you were speaking at the event, and you showed everybody, you didn't have to give out business cards at all. You just, here's my phone. There you go. Yes.
Yeah, I pulled out my hub, I hit the QR code, I said, scan this. And they're like, oh, they scanned it. It popped up my image that says, nice to meet you. Download this to your phone. And they put my information in their phone. And then the hub was sitting there. And I said, okay, now later on today, just click here and watch my TV interviews and my Forbes articles and all of the things. And let me know if I can help you out. So that's the power of that hub. Let me tell you something else. Most people have clients or prospects, or they buy leads. Right. Well, one of the things that I teach you to do is to integrate what I build into what you're already doing. So let's imagine that you have an appointment next week that someone books on your calendar. Aren't you going to send some sort of a confirmation or a reminder email? Of course. Well, all you got to do is add to that a little PS. Hey, PS, here's the screenshot from my recent Fox TV News interview. It was about 3 minutes long, and it goes over how I serve my clients. Just click this link and check it out. And that link will send them to the Fox 47 news website where your interview is showing. And now you think about this prospect that doesn't know you at all. They just booked a call and they're like, I might bail on it. I might ghost them, whatever. But now they're like, okay, interesting. And they watch this interview of you being interviewed. And let me just tell you something. The tables are turned and shifted when you're being interviewed because you're the subject matter expert. If someone grabs a microphone and a camera and does their rah-rah YouTube video and all that, you need to do it. That's wonderful to keep doing it. Yes, it's content. But when you're interviewed, you are seen as the subject matter expert. So when you are integrating those to confirm and remind those appointments, they're going to show up more often and they're going to listen to what you have to say.
Well, and I would say almost, maybe the number's higher, but I would say it's at least at 40%, if not more. Agents do a lot of online selling, or they do a lot of webinars,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are out of their state, right? And so
Yep.
this would be a great tool to have or add to their portfolio, to where if I'm not in front of somebody physically, I can still give the credibility by having them look at that hub and being able to. Like, one of the things we added to mine was, we do a huge thing with the Making the Difference Foundation. So we have a huge social part of what we do in our community, where I do 1,000 toys for Christmas. We do the book bags. We just gave a car away the other day to a young girl, a single mom, blah, blah. And we do that, and that they can look at that, right? And now again,
Yeah.
some people don't have that, and I highly recommend if you're not doing community service, do something, right? And we offer a plan to work with us, and where they're doing the memorygram, and then they can have a piece of making a difference, and all that ties together. And we also have memorygram on our hub now too, and that's something big that we're helping agents with to get recognized, and that kind of stuff. But those are two things that we have on our hub, so you don't have to do that. So, but what I'm saying is that you showed me that you can put whatever you want on that hub for them to see what and who you are. Yes.
Yeah, and it's all of the main pieces of meat, the authoritative meat. Not your blog post and things that are going to get people distracted, but on the hub, you want them to see your TV interviews, your community service, your main things, and then of course it leads them to your website. But once you're already pre-framed as that expert, that's huge.
Yeah, and again, I think it's the great thing about it. Everybody wants something convenient, easy, quick, right? And that's convenient, easy, and quick. And one of the things, it was so funny when you set that up for me. I'd forgotten because my mind doesn't work anyway. And and people were like, "Do you have a business card?" I said, "I didn't bring any with me." And then one guy walked away, and George said, "You have it in your phone." And I just forgot about it. But once you get in the habit of it, it's real
Well,
simple.
if you think about it, if someone hands you their business card and you're kind and you look down, oh, thank you, and you put it in your pocket, what do you do with that when you get back to the office?
I lose the one that
Nothing.
I need, and I find
Nothing.
something I
Right.
don't want.
Right.
And
So if you do, and same if you hand them your business card, they're not going to do anything. But if you do what you mentioned, and the way that I use the hub is, hey, scan my QR code, and right there in front of you, they're scanning it, and then you look at their phone, you're like, oh yeah, see the little down, you save that time on your phone. Oh yeah, now all my information's in your phone. Now just click contact there, shoot me a quick text. And tell me maybe take a picture or send me your name and email, and then now you're in my phone, and then we can stay in touch. That right there is power, and people are impressed with that. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a dinner meeting and several advisors around the table, and I'm showing that, and they're just like blown away because they realize that it's old school to hand out business cards and nobody does anything with them. They go into a little folder or a drawer in your desk. It just doesn't work.
Well, and as we wrap up what we're doing today, the great thing about this is, the authority positioning. You've got three different price lines. You've got this thing is going to be now. We're going to be putting this in school, and we're going to have the menu for everybody in there so they can have that. We're also going to put this out with the Babe Bucket group. We'll put it out with them, and I know we're working out some other groups that want to hear what we're doing here today. So we're going to do that as well. So if people want to, let's say that all they can start with is the hub, right? That's okay, right? And obviously you got different levels of people. Some people just started into business, and if I could recommend anything, it would be at least to start with the hub, so everybody knows where you're at, right? And then maybe start with the different packages as you go. One of the great things about having a relationship with you is that as you have things that come along, you let me know about it, and we try to get on here and tell you. Just kind of like Andrew Saska and Luke and them, they're going to come on again next week with Reminder Media. They got some great ideas, and we want to keep people informed about what's going on. But the great thing about that is that somebody might say, you know what, I just did one of those annuities Mike talked about. Now I can go to the next level, right? And that's why we want to keep you in front of people every 30 days or whatever. So they're going to see a lot more of you and Andrew and everybody. Andrew just likes it. I don't think Andrew likes to work. And I know this is on recording. So Andrew, Andrew does a great job, but we're all buddies. We all got to meet each other for the first time in Texas. That was great.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, you like you said, the unfortunate thing is, I know you're busy. I'm busy, and to get back in here and do this again, it's a big plus. Again, I think that when they see the different things that we're doing, you're doing, I'm going to make sure everybody sees the couple things you've done with our book. The bestseller was great, all that kind of stuff. Let me let you have the last word. Let people know if you need anything else they need to know to find you, where you're going to be, all that kind of good stuff. And then again, we'll get this out. We're going to do, I need you to get over to George. You may already have it. I want to put your intro on here when we get it out, so they'll get to see some more of your stuff that we do.
Yeah, I will just say if you want more information, go to authoritypositioningcoach.com/Liam, and you can find out more details about the program and schedule up a time to chat if you have any questions.
Yep, I appreciate you, Mike. Let me cut us off here. George will tighten this up for us. I appreciate you, and guys and ladies out there, we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Thanks.